With the digital frenzy that is taking over the world, the internet is becoming an increasingly profitable place for cybercrime. Today, we spend a huge portion of our time online, where we tend to develop online relationships in the same way we develop them offline.
There are online dating applications that exist that people avail of to establish these relationships. Though these services may make their customers happy, there is a dark side as well, where scammers abuse these services by faking romantic intentions to gain the trust and affection of their victims and use that to commit their crimes.
These crimes involve access to the victim's money, bank accounts, and other personal information, or forcing the victims to commit financial fraud on their behalf, leading to both emotional and financial loss for their victims.
The first stage for a scammer in an online relationship is to identify and select a victim. You give away more than you know online. Your comments and posts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other social platforms say a lot about you. Things you do daily, your likes and dislikes, your views tell others a lot about the person you are. Without realizing it, you are putting yourself out there for selection.
Scammers target people who could be single, who may be unhappy in a relationship, someone who may be lonely and looking for attention, women who are sensitive and empathize with others. They will target you if they know you can afford to pay. This can easily be established as you reveal what job you have, where you hang out, and with the friends you keep. Our online behavior has simplified the process for predators to select their targets.
He will create a profile using stolen photographs of attractive people to make you believe he is a genuine person. He will tell you emotional stories to gain your trust and sympathy, which will make his task easier. He will communicate with you over a period of time during which you may share personal information about yourself and also exchange photographs with him because you trust him. In course of his interaction with you, he will also listen to you and empathize with you, making himself look more genuine to you.
After he has gained your trust and is now sure that you believe him, he will begin to ask you for money. This is actually his main motive. It first starts off with small amounts, maybe for something he likes but cannot afford. This amount gradually increases. He will tell you emotional stories to get you to give him money. He will say he needs money for a sick parent or for his child's school fees. He may tell you that he is at the airport and has come to meet you but needs money to pay a fine. He will also make promises to pay you back. At this point, you are so deep into the relationship that you believe everything he says.
After he has committed his crime and gained what he had to from you, he disappears. His personal profile he had created no longer exists. His phone number and email address, which he used to communicate with you, are no longer available. He makes sure to erase all traces of himself that ever did exist. This leaves you with no way to contact him. By then, it is too late for you to do anything because you have been robbed of your wealth, trust, and emotions by someone you do not even know. At this point, for you, love becomes a nightmare.
In the course of your online relationship and conversations, when he has gained your trust, he may ask you to send him certain inappropriate photos or videos of yourself, to which you may comply since you trust him. He will keep a record of those photos and videos and will play them back for you in order to blackmail you into sending him money, to prevent him from sending the same to friends, family, or employers who he often discovers via social media.
While no two scammers are identical, nearly all dating scammers follow a similar behavioral pattern. His first step will be to insist on taking the conversation off the dating service, for example, asking to text or email you. He will also repeatedly ask you for odd personal information like your house address.
You need to look out for certain signs. His stories will be full of inconsistencies. At times, he may also showcase strange behavior. He may also have early or inappropriate professions of love towards you.
There will be flaws in his communication. He will often get your name and other information wrong. He is so deep into lying to you that his stories begin to contradict each other.
In the course of your interaction, he may also mention certain things about himself that are entirely unrelated to the profile he had initially built. He will never provide any personal details about himself as much as he asks you for yours. He will also be reluctant to meet you in person and not show up on your plans multiple times. When this happens, know that he is a scammer.